Hey, hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Small Business Saturday. Today I'm very proud, and I mean, what better place to promote for Small Business Saturday than your own workplace? So again, I'm very proud today that Marc Coppens, the gentleman to the left of me here, has carved some time out of his really busy schedule to take a couple minutes for this little interview. So, good morning, Marc.
Good morning.
And maybe you introduce yourself just a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Marc Coppens. As Oliver said, I'm his broker with Living Vogue Real Estate.
That's about it. That's about it. So let's get into the questions, Marc. When did you decide to create Living Vogue?
It was really about 3 years ago. So Jamie and I, my wife and business partner, were working for a small boutique brokerage, really kind of headquartered on the east coast of Florida.
Okay.
And we just decided we weren't really getting what we needed, and I'm an entrepreneur at heart.
Mm-hmm.
So we just decided to make the leap. Her and I initially, and then about a year and a half ago, we started bringing on agents.
Okay.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. Oh yes. Do you remember where you were or what you were doing when you realized that Living Vogue was becoming a reality?
Well, I think the moment you joined us. No, I think the magical moment for us was, we opened the storefront here on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we started having people just walk into the store
Right.
and say that they either had interest in becoming an agent or they, were shopping for Sarasota real estate, I think that was the moment that it was clear that this would actually work.
Yeah,
So,
and it works out very well.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. Who are some of the supporters or inspirers who helped you create this reality?
Well, I think the biggest one is my wife, Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a mentor, my old broker when I first got into real estate. His name's Merrick. So he's kind of very Tom Ferry-esque for me, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Oh yes, to me it
He's a
does.
cheerleader in many ways. So whenever I was doubting or just needed to lean on someone, either emotionally or
Yeah.
from a business perspective, he's always been there. So I encourage anyone in any career, really, you need to have mentors,
Oh yeah.
personally and professionally.
Yeah,
It's helped me out a lot.
I mean, I can only wholeheartedly support this because, I mean, as you know, I mean, I'm in the Tom Ferry system. I've known Merrick as well, who in my book really is a great guy, and I wholeheartedly support this, that you should always have somebody that kind of gives you a piece of advice, because in my book, you never stop
Yeah.
learning. You never stop.
Well, and to challenge you, and one
Yeah.
of the beauties with Merrick is he doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
So he's able to have an independent mind. If I'm doing something wrong or that he thinks can be improved on, he's going to tell me flat out what he thinks I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. And
Right.
I think people need that in their life.
Yeah, all the time. Are there any obstacles you could have never predicted? I mean, I'm sure there
Well,
are.
this industry is very professional and everyone gets along and loves each other. So
Yes,
there's
that's
no,
what I found.
No, I think the biggest thing that I wasn't prepared for is that there are a lot of people that just hate success or people that do things differently. Real estate, especially in Sarasota, it's a very rooted industry.
Mm-hmm.
People have been doing this here for 30, 40 years and very successful. But if you're not from this area or if you've been doing this for a relatively short amount of time and you do things differently, I was surprised that was not supported.
Yeah.
Maybe not even supported is the right word, but there's plenty of room in this market for everybody, different businesses and different approaches. But I was really kind of shocked at the level that people are challenged by things that are new and different. At least on the agent and broker side.
I mean, I really have to admit, besides you being a really nice guy,
Thank
what
you,
am I
Oliver.
saying? and always been very supportive to me. That was one of the things that really attracted me coming here. But also what I've always seen in you is this outside of the box thinking. I mean, if anybody that walks by the office, there's people that I talk to that have nothing to do with real estate, know about this office, know about our concept. And for me, that was one of the major factors, honestly, why I joined you, besides some other ones that we know. is you're outside of the box thinking. That is, I mean, I don't think you see anywhere around here.
Well, going back to mentors, I think
Yeah.
early on in my career, different career, I had a mentor that told me that look at everything you do from a creative perspective.
Mhm.
Even the most mundane task, if you can come at it from a different angle,
Yeah.
it will set you apart from everyone else. So I think it's difficult to get yourself in that mind frame because you get into a relaxed environment.
Yeah.
But especially the big things, if you can come at it from a creative side, that's a
Mhm.
little outside of the box. In an industry where there's a lot of competition,
Oh yeah.
it's one way that you can set yourself apart from others.
Absolutely, and you're doing a great job with it,
Thank
I
you.
have to say that. Are there any, and if yes, what are your plans of expansion?
Well, I think we're headed to the UTC Mall here at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We will grow. I don't want to be a large brokerage. I think
Mhm.
the intent is we have a boutique feel,
Right.
and I want to maintain that.
Yeah.
So as we grow, I want to scale it properly with training and support. But we'll look to get into St. Pete. I think this
Mhm.
brand, kind of bodes very well with the vibe in St. Pete, and maybe down to Naples at some point.
Okay.
But again, we'll grow small. I want to do it the right way. I don't want to take off too fast
Yeah, I think it's
to be able
great.
to support the agents.
Yeah, I
We'll
think
go from there.
that is great. It's one of the things I really love here is this feeling of being a little family almost. I've been with larger brokerages or with one larger brokerage, and you get to a point where you don't even know who's coming in the door. So I think, again, you are so much on the right track. I mean, seriously. So, I mean, before it gets too long, any word of advice for people looking to start their own small business?
Yeah, I would just say, you've got to follow through. I mean,
Mhm.
everyone has ideas. I think you just have to make yourself a little uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Take calculated risks and just follow through. There's nothing, this industry isn't hard. We're not rocket scientists,
Yes.
right? At the end of the day, we're selling a product and it's all personality based.
Absolutely.
So I think if you're willing to put yourself out there a little bit, take on some risk, again, calculate it, don't
Yeah.
do crazy things. Just go for it. The only one that's stopping most people from fulfilling their dreams are themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Wise words for the end. So again, Marc, thank you very much for
Of
taking
course.
the time for this little interview.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. If you want to hear another episode, see another episode, please stay tuned for another Small Business Saturdays. And great for watching. Thank you so much. Why not?
Why not?